Contestant number 1, Shyamraj A. Walking stick. Walking stick, Shyamraj A.
Guna, my all-time competitor in athletics, was just 10 meters before the finish line, and I was less than a meter behind him. But that day, I did not run with my legs, I ran with my heart. And I first overtook Guna's shadow, and then I overtook Guna's legs, and I finally took Guna's position. The prize distribution began. The bronze medalist was announced. Guna and I clapped our hands for him. The silver medalist was announced. Guna and I clapped our hands for him too. The gold medalist was announced. Guna and I clapped our hands for him too. Friends, we were not running for the first 2 positions. We were running for the last 2 positions. Finally, a consolation prize was given to me. Just a week before, a consolation prize was given to me for my singing. I thought my song was so consoling to them, so they gave that consolation prize. But today, there is a showcase in my house only for consolation prizes. Still, I participated in all these contests just for one reason. My grandfather. My grandfather is a very grandfather who would give gifts even for consolation prizes. Every time that I think of my grandfather, I think of his walking stick. His walking stick was majestic in his hands. His walking stick gave him an identity status. When he walked with it, he looked like the king of the world. So I decided, Grandpa, I don't want your gifts anymore. I want your walking stick. No, he said, ask for anything, not this walking stick. That walking stick set the course of my life, friends. When I grew up, I wanted something majestic like that. I wanted an identity status like that. I wanted something to feel like the king of the world too. And yes, I got it. When I turned 26, I became the training head of a company. My mom said, Shyam, that title looks majestic for you. My wife said, that title gives you an identity status. There were 40 members reporting to me, and I felt like the king of the world. That title became everything. The walking stick was to my grandfather. That title became my walking stick in life. 5 years into that beautiful career with that beautiful title, I had the love of everyone, the regards of everyone, and more importantly, the respect of everyone, because I was the training head of the company. One morning, a young associate named Tony walked late into the office. As usual, I just inquired and he just answered. But that day, that conversation turned into an argument. I started questioning and he started justifying. When everyone in the office was watching, that argument became personal. I charged him with my authority and he retaliated. You are no one to question me. He shredded my identity status with that statement and left the place. Unable to face anyone, I left office too. That evening, I took the long route to drive home. And as I reached, I was jealous of that old man because he was still happy with his walking stick. I was not. I shared my situation with him. My grandfather asked, "What's bothering you? He's coming late to the office? or his questioning your title. I kept quiet, and he added, "Noted, Shyam, many think this is a proud, majestic, kingly walking stick I'm carrying. But to me, this is just a stick. I'm not walking because of the stick. The stick is walking because of me. The stick does not carry me. I carry the stick. The stick does not decide when I should walk. I decide when I should walk and where I should reach. Look at that showcase. That little Shyam never ran for a title." Take a moment to think of the titles in your life, friends. Do you believe that your titles are walking you? In moments of crisis, we hold our titles tight to win battles. But a very few take their hands gently off it and avoid those battles. Aren't your qualities more important than your titles? What's more an identity status than your life itself? Remember, the lion doesn't know he's the king of the jungle, yet he roars, hunts, and devours. The gods never visited earth with their titles. They came here, they lived here as mere mortals. You cannot demand respect with your titles. You deserve it with your traits, friends. Contest Master.